Miss Gloria, to the front row. Everybody's ready, right? They all look like they're good to go? Dave. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to our 2020 commencement exercises for the San Isidro Independent School District. We thank you, family, for joining us here under these unusual circumstances, but we appreciate you taking the time to get your cars decorated, to come in. We're attempting to run through this with absolutely zero rehearsal, and so far we're off to a good start. I'd like to begin our commencement exercises by calling our sixth ranking senior to lead us in the Texas Pledge and the U.S. Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Kenya Ortiz, sixth ranking senior.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
At this time, I would like to call up our fourth-ranking senior student to lead us in the invocation, Ms. Jordan Garcia.
Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, as we finish this journey, we thank you for all the lessons we've learned, the joy we've spent, and the relationships we've cemented. Guide us, Heavenly Father, as we take the next step forward in our future into new places with new people and new experiences. Protect our every step and remind us daily to put you first. Hold us to become who you destined us to be. In Jesus' name, amen.
At this time, I'd like to invite our fifth-ranking student and senior class president to give the student welcome, Ms. Maria Rendon. Yes, you may be seated at this time. Sorry, thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Board of Education, Mr. Mario A. Alvarado, Superintendent of School Administration, faculty, staff, parents, and fellow classmates. As a class president of San Isidro class of 2020, it is with pride I address you with the student welcome. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome those who are present and those who are online to witness one of the most important milestones in our lives, graduation. Today we are gathered to pay tribute to 14 young students who have reached their academic standards by conferring their academic diploma. Although we are faced with an unforeseen pandemic, we have managed to succeed once again. I thank our school district for believing in us when we question our future. Your hard work and dedication has paid off in more ways than you can imagine. It is because of your commitment to excellence that we will continue to rise, regardless of the obstacles that are set in our path. Class of 2020, who would have thought that we would have made history? This is not a traditional graduation ceremony, but when has this class settled for the norm? In our own way, each one of us has left a mark in the halls of San Isidro School, whether it may be in academics, athletics, or even in many organizations that the school offers. The class had made an imprint in the hearts of many. It is with great gratitude that I would like to thank all of you that are partaking in our triumphs. Thank you for taking time from your busy schedules to celebrate our accomplishments. In the words of Kerry Washington, your life is your story, and adventure ahead of you is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential. Best of luck, graduates, and may God bless each and every one of you. Till we meet again.
Good morning, and thank you once again for joining us in celebrating this graduation of our senior class of 2020. Thank you, Congressman Cuellar, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us in recognizing these tremendous students and this important milestone in their lives. Thank you to Mr. Carlos Guerra and the numerous scholarship donors that have invested in the future of our seniors. And finally, thank you to my district team for working so hard to make today's event happen. Mr. Rodriguez, Mrs. Garza, Mrs. Elizondo, Mr. Ochoa, Mrs. Marquez, Mrs. Alanis, and of course, Herbie. Thank you guys so much. We began the 2019-2020 school year much like any other. For you seniors, it would be your final year in high school. A time to experience the highlights of your San Isidro senior year, academic events, field trips, UIL academic competition, banquets, prom, and of course the senior trip. Little did any of us know that the last time you would walk the halls here at San Isidro would be the day you left out on spring break. COVID-19 seems to have changed the world forever in these last few months. However, there's one thing that hasn't changed. That's the young adult that you've become and the character that you have built through this institution. You've quickly adapted to the changes going on all around you, and you've accepted the challenges that your teachers have laid out for you while navigating this pandemic. You've discovered new ways to solve problems, and you've achieved the academic success that brings you here this day. Although it looks quite different than what is tradition, you're sitting here today about to be a graduate of San Isidro High School. If this pandemic has taught us anything, it's to appreciate. Appreciate many of the things that we commonly take for granted. Prior to this semester, who would have thought that you would miss sitting in your math class, in science, in English, or in social studies? Who would have thought the cafeteria food that not only provides your nourishment, but also provided a time for you to meet with your friends and talk about the day's tea? Who would have thought that you'd miss the hours of practice for athletic and academic competitions, or taking that bumpy ride, or that bumpy bus ride, I should say, home after school? I'll keep my remarks short, but I ask that you appreciate the relationships and friendships that you've built with your friends. Appreciate the education that you've received from this special place. Appreciate your future, whether that includes college, work, the military, or even the unknown. Appreciate your family. And finally, appreciate not only the year 2020, but all those prior for shaping you into embracing the trials and tribulations of your life. Do not let this brief moment here define you. Instead, begin your new story now. Go out and accomplish everything that each one of you deserves. I'm proud of the young men and women that each of you has developed into and what you've become. I wish you the best of luck. God bless, and always remain Tiger Strong. At this time, I'd like to bring our school board president, Ms. Valinda Reyes, up to introduce today's keynote speaker.
Greetings, everyone. On behalf of the San Isidro ISD School Board, we welcome everyone here today. Graduate parents, the staff, and our special guest community, and those of you listening to us right now live. Everyone's mentioned this is not a traditional graduation. Actually got a little emotional as you all were driving in, but I'm so happy that we were able to do something for you. It was something very important to us. And so I want to thank Mr. Alvarado, Mr. Rodriguez, Ms. Garza, and all the staff and team that helped put this together. I bet you all didn't expect this, but it's something, guys. So thank you truly from the bottom of our hearts for everything that you did. I want to just quickly recognize that our 8th graders are not here today, and that's been a traditional thing for this school district, but we wish them well and as they go into high school, and wish our little kindergarten students as well many, many wishes as they move on. So I'm going to introduce today Dr. Henry Cuellar. He has graciously driven down this morning from Laredo, and I believe he's trying to go to all graduations that he can for his district. So we truly appreciate you being here with us today, sir. I'm going to read a short bio on Dr. Cuellar. Dr. Cuellar is the son of 2 immigrant parents, and he has served as a state representative for Texas Secretary of State and also now a U.S. Congressman. Dr. Cuellar understands student success in higher education and how it is greatly dependent on success of our youth. As chair of the Texas House Appropriations Subcommittee on Education, he worked with colleagues to build a seamless K through 16 education program. He's also worked to help fund better teacher pay raise, teacher health insurance, retirement benefits, reading initiatives, expanded many educational programs throughout the country, and for the first time, construction of school facilities. Dr. Cuellar also has authored the most significant financial aid program in Texas history, the Texas Grant, that allows children of working families to earn a college education. Congressman Cuellar serves on the influential U.S. House Appropriations Committee, where he has helped add billions of dollars to both public and higher education institutes. His top priorities are education, health, jobs, and homeland security. Dr. Cuellar has been recognized by many at the national, state, and local educational levels. His best honor is a public elementary school named under him for all the work that he has done towards education, the Dr. Henry Cuellar Elementary, and a law enforcement building at the Laredo College in Laredo, Texas. He holds 5 advanced degrees, earning him the most degreed member of Congress. 5 degrees, guys. And he holds a 3rd degree black belt in karate. He is married to Imelda Cuellar, and they have 2 children, Christina and Catherine Cuellar. Christina joins us today. Thank you, Christina, for joining your father. And please help me now in welcoming Dr. Henry Cuellar, U.S. Congressman.
Thank you again, Ms. Reyes. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. And I thank you as the president of the Board of Trustees, because without the board, there is no vision for the school district. So I certainly want to thank you and the Board of Trustees. Certainly want to thank also Mario Alvarado, the superintendent, for his leadership. And of course, Jesse Rodriguez as a principal also, and to all the educators that are here today. I want to say thank you for this kind introduction. I am from Laredo, but I also went to school where my graduating class would have been about 20. I played six-man football, so I know small communities and how dear they are to our way of life. So to all the friends and family and faculty, I join you today on this very special occasion. And I say to the class of 2020, be Tiger strong. Congratulations. Let's give our graduates a big hand. First of all, I want to start off to by recognizing everybody that has helped all of the graduates get to this point. First, to the parents and to the family members, I say a job well done. The strong foundation that you have built for your children will serve them well in life. My father, mother, Martin and Odilia Cuellar, went only to 1 and 2 grades of education. They took them out to go work in Las Piscas to go work, because in those days, the more hands you had, the more money you made. So therefore, as the oldest of 8 kids, our parents said, look, we were not able to get an education, but we want to sacrifice so you all can get an education. And they did, just like you, the parents, have done. You have sacrificed your life so your children can have a better life. And for that, I say thank you so much for being the strong foundation for your children. Thank you, parents, so much for what you've done. Now to the educators, to the teachers, to the staff, to the administrators, to the Board of Trustees, I also say thank you, because you made this day possible by setting high standards for your students and by inspiring them to do the best. And you all did this with passion, because I think now, and I've said this to other members of Congress, now that kids are at home, our students at home, and parents realize what educators have to do, I think educators should get a big pay raise for all the work that they've done. But seriously, to the educators, I say thank you, because you, together with the parents, have taught the kids what's right, what's wrong, what's moral, what's not moral, and again, you have set them off to the right path, so I say thank you so much. Now, to the graduates, I have to say this. Look, as I mentioned, my parents were poor. They did not have the education. They barely spoke 1 or 2 words in English. They didn't have the money, and I'm the oldest of 8 kids, but they all said, you are all going to get an education. And I found out that there are resources. Please do not use money as an excuse not to go to college. Please do not use money as an excuse to go to college. There are a lot of opportunities. I think you mentioned one, the Texas grant. I established the Texas grant in the Texas legislature, which is now the largest scholarship in Texas history. That scholarship is available, and that scholarship has sent thousands and thousands of kids from South Texas to go off to college. Also, in Congress, we have put money in the Pell Grant. Pick up this word. This word's Texas grant. The Pell Grant. There are monies out there so you can go off to college. And recently we passed what we call the CARE Act 1. We put in billions of dollars that are available. So if you remember the Pell Grant, if you remember the Texas grant, you remember the CARE Act 1 funding, the money is there for you to go off to college. So please don't use that money, that excuse that there's no money out there. And if you can remember this, for the ones in the cars, remember this website. This is something we established when I was back in the state legislature, collegeforalltexans.com. collegeforalltexans.com. If you remember that, you can go in there And any sort of financial aid is available, and how you prepare for college is available, and I ask you to please do that. And it's not only what we do at the federal government, at the state level, but the donors, Carlos and other folks that have given money. So to all the donors, I want to say thank you so much for what you've done. So graduates, don't use money as an excuse not to go to college. Please do not do that. Now, graduates, as your superintendent said, we are in a very different time. In fact, the last time the United States saw something like this was 100 years ago. 100 years ago is the last time we saw that. And a lot of people said, oh, we're not going to go back to normal, or we're not going to see the times where we can laugh and we can sit down, we can hug each other. We're not going to see that. And we did. We did. It was able to do, we were able to do that. So through social distancing, through the mask, through a vaccine, we will develop a vaccine. We got the brightest minds working on a vaccine. We will get back to normal. We will. We'll be able to sit down and laugh together like the superintendent said a few minutes ago. So to all the graduates, look, I know it's challenging times. I know it's difficult, but you've been tested and you did not falter and you kept going. And I think J.K. Rowling said it the best when we said, we do not need magic to change the world. We carry all that power that we need inside of ourselves. So don't go out there, travel 1,000 miles to look for this magical solution. It's inside of you to change the world, and I know you can do it. Now, let me just finish with this, one last thought. Look, we all have a mountain to climb. We all have a mountain to climb. That means we have a dream. And that dream might be specific. You know, I want to start a business, or I want to do this specific type of business, or I want to go to college, or I have a major in nursing, or whatever it is. We all have a mountain. We have a climb. We have a dream to get there. And whatever that mountain that you want to climb, keep in mind that it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a lot of grit. Grit. Now, that word used to be used a lot when I was younger. I don't hear that word a lot. In fact, there was a John Wayne movie called True Grit also. Grit basically means the courage and the resolve to get something done. Grit. And it's going to take strength of character. It's going to take a lot of work to climb your mountain to get to your dream. But grit also, if you break it down, G-R-I-T stands for a couple things that you got to remember as you go and reach that place. Grit, G, stands for generosity. You know, it's a lot easier to be mean. Don't be mean. Be kind to people. Provide that generosity. Help people when you can. R, for relationships. What's your relationship with your mother, with your father, with your brothers, your sisters, your teachers? That relationship is important. G, R. I stands for integrity. Whatever you do, do the right thing. Whatever you do, do the right thing. And T stands for teamwork. Teamwork. You can't do everything by yourself. You need people to get things done. G-R-I-T. Generosity, relationships, integrity, and teamwork. Grit will get you to the mountain so you can reach your dream. And the final thought about reaching the mountain, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. When you climb, why do you want to climb a mountain? Do you climb the mountain so people can see you? Or do you climb the mountain so you can see the world? Think about it. The last time you went and you climbed a mountain, did you get up there and say, hey, take a look at me? Or did you climb that mountain to see the awe, the wonder, the beauty of the world? And I think that's what you need to do when you climb the mountain and you reach your dream. So to all of y'all, I say congratulations, graduates. Be tiger strong. And again, God bless you. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Cuellar, for those inspirational words. Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to call up our class salutatorian to give her salutatorian address, Miss Celine Longoria. Yes.
Good morning, students, parents, teachers, and staff, and administration. First, I would like to thank you all for being in attendance this morning. You have all had a profound impact on the development of the students that will be graduating today, and I feel it is safe to say that I speak on behalf of the whole graduating class of 2020 in thanking you all for the efforts that you have invested into us for this day. Looking back on the past 12 years of my schooling at San Isidro ISD, I can honestly say it's been quite a ride. I thought about elementary school, where our biggest problems were, oh, they don't want to be my friend, to the times at recess where Red Rover and Tag would play date after day. I thought about junior high, where we got our very first lockers and actually had a schedule where we rotated to different teachers and classrooms. Where my class and I achieved a 100% passing goal on the star writing test with Miss Norma Wattis. May she rest in peace. Then I thought about high school, the biggest transition yet. As a freshman, the footstone to my high school career, you learned exactly what it meant to be at the bottom of the food chain, by being intimidated by upperclassmen and all the changes that came by being in high school. Sophomore year, where I started taking dual enrollment classes along with my regular high school workload, which got me to where I am today. Then my junior year, where I was finally considered an upperclassman and learned what it meant to be a student leader. And finally, my senior year, which flew by faster than any of the others. As I leave this campus and move on to the next chapter of my life, I will carry forward not only the formal education that I have received, but also the practical life lessons I have learned along the way. I especially thank my parents, Mom and Dad. Thank you for the endless support throughout my life. You both have taught me more than any formal education ever could. I know I haven't always made it easy on you both, but thank you for never giving up on me or losing faith. Thank you for always pushing me to be my best and doing my best. My whole life I have had you both by my side, and always motivating, encouraging, and inspiring me. I know that wherever life takes me, you both are a constant and will be always with me. I love you both very much. To my siblings, Thomas, thank you for always stepping up when Mom and Dad couldn't, for being my big brother and motivating me to be my best. To my sister, JL, your high school journey is only about to begin, and the advice I have for you is, don't give up no matter how much you might want to. You're very smart, and I know you can do anything you set your mind to. I believe in you and always will be here for you through thick and thin. To my best friend and godmom, Catherine, thank you for always being someone I can count on, for all the wonderful memories that I will forever cherish and continue to look back on, for being the person that I could always talk to no matter what, and for being there for me each and every time. Last but certainly not least, the teachers, staff, and administration and people of the San Isidro community. Thank you for watching me grow into the person I am today. Without all of you, the success my classmates and I have attained would not be possible. Now, to my fellow classmates, today is an important day in our lives. As we gather here to celebrate more than a decade of long, hard years of learning, we're surrounded by all the people who taught and inspired us throughout our lives. People that have shaped who we were, who we are today, and who we will become. Today, friends and classmates, as we close the door on one chapter of our lives and prepare to take on the next, I leave you with a favorite quote of mine. Life is a journey with problems to solve, lessons to learn, but most of all, experiences to enjoy. As we leave here today as graduates of the San Isidro High School Class of 2020, I want to wish you all luck in your future endeavors, whether that be in the workforce or higher education. In continuation, my schooling at San Isidro ISD has molded me academically as well as in extracurricular activities. The academic experiences that I have acquired throughout my high school tenure have further challenged me to supersede the odds by engaging in the concurrent enrollment programs at South Texas College as well as the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. Additionally, as a second-ranked student of the San Isidro High School, graduating under the most rigorous course of study, I feel compelled to become an exemplary student at the university as well. Furthermore, the wisdom that I have attained through my involvement in extracurricular activities have been life-changing. It has taught me when to take on the leadership role and when to follow. Personally and professionally, it has opened my eyes to the endless possibilities that we are afforded in life. I realize that our futures depend on the aspirations of each and every individual. Leadership is more than being a person in an organization. It is a thankless job involving countless hours, effort, and attention. Leadership is a service to mankind that embodies success. My plans after graduation consist of attending the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley to obtain a master's in nursing so that I may first and foremost become a nurse practitioner before completing my journey in becoming a doctor. I plan to open a clinic of my own to give back to the people and bring jobs as well as healthcare. Whatever the future has in store, I know I can overcome them and achieve my goals. With the grade A education I have received, leadership experience I have acquired, and dedication to community service I have developed, I feel prepared to tackle any and all challenges that await me in the future. After loads of college and scholarship applications on top of homework and extracurriculars, I am proud to say that we have deservingly made it here today. Every scholarship, college acceptance letter, and achievement received is well earned, and we shall continue to do great things. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Great job and congratulations, Celine. Next, we'd like to call up our class valedictorian, Mr. David Guevara.
But the translation's over here. I gotta. Good morning, everyone. My name is David Guevara, and I stand here today as this year's class valedictorian. As yet another year comes to an end, with it comes another graduating class. For my class and I, this is our year. Our time to close another important chapter in our life and begin to open up the pages to a new one. And yet, even though we might not have gotten the senior year everyone wished to have, or even the graduation we waited 4 years to be a part of, remember that we are here today, healthy, and achieving what we worked and dedicated the past 4 years to, and that is receiving our diplomas. Congratulations, you all. We did it. For myself, you may think that being able to stand here in front of all you all as this year's class valedictorian is my greatest accomplishment of high school. But it's not. 4 years ago, as my sister was graduating salutatorian of her class, and I from 8th grade, I made a promise to my mom that I was going to give her the honor to be able to say that she had a son and daughter that graduated first and second from their classes. I also just wanted to be my sister. But being able to stand here today in front of my mother as a top-ranking senior means that my promise has been kept. And to me, that is my greatest accomplishment. Even though I would love to say that I accomplished something as special as this on my own, that is not the case. And I know that if it wasn't for my parents, my family, and my teachers, I would not be standing here today. Mom and Dad, thank you for supporting me throughout the 14 years I went to school. I know that it wasn't easy, and that you guys had a lot of phone calls from the school throughout elementary, some in junior high, and well, even in high school. Yet you all never stopped believing in me and what I was capable of becoming. Thank you for showing me that no matter where you come from or what you have, if you work hard and do what is needed, the possibilities are endless. Mamá y papá, gracias por apoyarme durante los 14 años que fui a la escuela. Sé que no fue fácil y que ustedes tuvieron muchas llamadas telefónicas de la escuela durante elementary, algunas en junior high y hasta en high school. Sin embargo, nunca dejaron de creer en mí y en lo que era capaz de convertirme. Gracias por mostrarme que no importa de dónde vienes o lo que tienes, si trabajas duro y haces lo que necesitas, las posibilidades son infinitas. To my mom, I know that I can never thank you enough for everything that you have done for me throughout my life. You have been a mom, a best friend, a counselor. You have been my rock and the person I look up to the most. You have helped me grow and become who I am today. To making me tacos every morning to make sure I ate, to not caring what time you had to pick me up after school, even though you had just worked 2 jobs. You were always there for me, especially when I needed you the most. And this is for you. Para mi madre, sé que nunca puedo agradecerte lo suficiente por todo lo que has hecho por mi vida. Has sido una madre, una mejor amiga, una consejera. Has sido la roca y la persona que más admiro. Me has ayudado a crecer y convertirme en quien soy hoy. De prepararme tacos todas las mañanas para asegurarte que yo comía, a no importarte qué hora tenías que recogerme después de la escuela, a pesar de que acababas de terminar de trabajar 2 trabajos. Siempre estuviste ahí para mí, especialmente cuando más te ha necesitado. Esto es para ti. To my teachers, thank you for providing me with the knowledge needed to be able to succeed in my life and in my future studies. Your work truly doesn't go unnoticed. And a special thank you goes out to my favorite teacher and coach, Mr. Coach Aaron. I want to thank you for showing me that even if no one believes in you, you always have to keep working to prove the people that doubt you wrong. For our late-hour gym talks about life, and for never caring how early it was in the day or how late it got, as long as we wanted to work to get better, you wanted to be a part of that. You have truly impacted my life for the better. And lastly, to my class, this is it. 4 years really flew by. And I know that it was unfortunate that we got taken away our last months of high school, our senior trip, and our prom. But now, all we have to do is move forward and keep growing and keep proving people wrong. I wish you all the best of luck in what I know is a bright future for all of us. Thank you for everything, and I love you guys. Thank you all for attending this year's graduation and sharing this special moment with my class and I. Thank you. I go out this way, right?
Very good. David.
This is yours? Yes.
Thank you.
So far, so good. I think my allergies are kicking in. At this time, we'd like to ask the seniors to stand up and rise. This is the moment you guys have been waiting for here this morning. I'm going to call Mr. Jesse Rodriguez, our district principal, and Mrs. Belinda Reyes, our school board president, to certify you as graduates of the class of 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Ovadal. Community members, members of the Board of Education, and Superintendent of Schools. I, Jesse A. Rodriguez, Principal, present these graduates to you. Class of 2020, you're already standing up. This is to certify that the faculty of San Isidro ISD ensures that all these students have met all the requirements set forth by this school district and the state of Texas. They have successfully completed all course requirements and have met the standards set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the state of Texas. Therefore, I hereby recommend each of them as graduates in the class of 2020.
By the power vested in me by the state of Texas and the Texas Education Agency, I, Belinda Reyes, President of the San Isidro Independent School Board of Trustees, accept your recommendation certifying the graduating class of 2020. Congratulations.
Congratulations, seniors. At this moment, I'm going to call you individually by your name, and as I do, please proceed to the stage to receive your diploma. Jose Biancel Beltran. Ruben Aron Gomez. Jordan Ray Garcia. Michael Lane Jr. Ángel Alexander Lucio. Kenya Ortiz. Milagros Pruneda.
I'd like to ask my colleague and the school board and secretary of the board, Aisha Reyes, to please come up.
Oh. David Israel Guevara. Fix his test. But fix his, you want to fix this thing? Celine Ani Longoria. Maria Guadalupe Rendon. Joshua Paxton Rojas. Fix the tassel. Fix the tassel. Yeah. Robert Donovan Vaquera. Richard Velasco Sosa. Congratulations.
What was that?
It's like looking at you like, is this real?
Is this real? You're letting me go.
Are you gonna let me do it?
And last but not least, Juan Carlos Vertiz.
pop. I guess they're gonna do the little poppers right now. They're here. Point it away from you and twist it. Just turn. That's the way it's supposed to work. Just turn the dial. My pilot is grounded right now. He's firing it up. They're gonna fire off so we can get some shots over there of them. There comes the drone. I just wanted to get the drone over the top of us.
I got my drone. I still haven't figured out how to. All the lights showing up, but it hasn't done.
All right, seniors, congratulations. You are official graduates of San Isidro High School. You are now even Tiger stronger. Let's do the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mine doesn't even. Not popping. You have to do more. There you go. I took the little paper off. I don't know, but I don't know that meant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Congratulations, seniors. Let's give them all one more big round of applause for the senior class. At this time, before we close out our commencement exercise, I'd like to call our third-ranking student, Jose Beltran, to lead us in our benediction. Just talk loud.
All right. Everyone, please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, as we prepare to culminate another chapter of our lives, we ask you to continue to guide and bless us as we part our separate ways. Prepare us mentally and physically for the challenges of tomorrow. May we continue to pray for the challenging times ahead. Seniors, as we part, I ask that we go out in joy as you celebrate your achievement here today. Go out with confidence. Know that the God of love will lead your way. Go out in unity. Take your gifts and give them to the world. Go out with strength, clothed and equipped with all you've learned. Go out with wisdom as God renews your mind each day. Go out in love, with kindness and blessings to give away. Go out and take your studies to bless God's beautiful world. Go out with freedom. There's so much more to see, enjoy, and learn. May God bless each and every one of us as we have a safe trip home. In God's name we pray, amen. That is right. Wait, do I go that way or this way?
You can go
Let's
back
go
there.
this one.
Yeah, that's fine. This now concludes our ceremony for the 2020 graduating class of San Isidro High School. At this point, if you'd like to return to your vehicles, we're going to start our procession out onto 1017 and head on east to 2294. So we're going to start, Mr. Beltran, Jose, we're going to start with you first, okay? Coming through. But go ahead, you can finish up. Once again, seniors and graduates, congratulations.
This is where the chapter ends. A new one now begins. Time has come for letting go. The hardest part is when you know all of these years when we were here are ending. But I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives. And now the pages turned, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. Where the water meets the land, there is shifting in the sand, like the tide that ebbs and flows. Memories will come and go. All of these years when we were here are ending, but I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives. And now the pages turn, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. We say goodbye, we hold on tight to these memories that never die. We say goodbye, we hold on tight to these memories that never die. We have had the time of our lives, and now the pages turned, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. This is where the chapter ends. A new one now begins. Time has come for letting go. The hardest part is when you know all of these years when we were here are ending. But I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives. And now the pages turned, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best time of our lives. Where the water meets the land, there is shifting in the sand, like the tide that ebbs and flows. Memories will come and go. All of these years when we were here are ending, but I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives, and now the pages turn, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. We say goodbye, we hold on tight to these memories that never die. We say goodbye, we hold on tight to these memories that never die. We have had the time of our lives, and now the pages turned, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. I'm glad you have been